look at this Monday. Good afternoon. Partly cloudy sky on our sundown roofing sky camera in uptown Normal. The camera's been kind of shaking around a bit because of that wind. It's sustained out of the south, 10 to 20 miles per hour, and that's what's driving up the temperatures for today. Macomb, we're already at 81 degrees. Rest of us in the mid to upper 70s, and these numbers continue to climb. We're all in the low 80s within the next hour. Low to mid 80s before this afternoon is up under a few clouds. Temperatures in the low 80s by 5 o'clock this evening. Don't go anywhere. I am talking about the return of some significant rain chances. When and how much will be possible? Don't miss the full forecast in about 10 minutes. First, WMBD News at Noon starts right now.
It was an act of pure evil. Our unity cannot be shattered by evil.
And coming up on WMBD News at Noon, President Trump expressing his condolences for the Las Vegas shooting victims, saying that the nation was united, quote, in sadness, shock, and grief. And good afternoon, everyone. I'm Clay Gordon. Lindsay Mills has the afternoon off. We begin with breaking news right now of the deadliest mass shooting in U.S. history in Las Vegas. A gunman inside the Mandalay Bay Resort fired down into a crowd of thousands attending a music festival. At least 58 people are dead and more than 500 injured. Daniel Nottingham has the latest from Las Vegas.
Country music fans took cover when a gunman opened fire on an outdoor music festival in Las Vegas. At first, some people didn't believe it was gunfire, but chaos quickly erupted as victims started falling and others ran for their lives.
Everybody was just running, just straight up, and you could see people getting shot and people falling.
Police have identified the gunman as 64-year-old Stephen Paddock of Mesquite, Nevada. He was perched on the 32nd floor of the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino on the Vegas Strip and shot down on the crowd of about 20,000. Smoke from the gunfire in the hotel room reportedly set off smoke detectors and led SWAT teams to the suspect.
We believe the individual killed himself prior to our entry.
Police say Paddock had been in the Vegas hotel since September 28th and had at least 10 rifles with him. Paddock opened fire as country music star Jason Aldean performed at the end of the Route 91 Harvest Festival. Witnesses say the shooter reloaded numerous times.
Every time he had stopped, he was reloading. We had gotten up and started making our way towards the fence, and then he started shooting again, and we'd hit the ground. And I must have heard him do it at least 15 times.
Paddock's brother has no idea what could have triggered his brother's rampage.
I hope someone finds out, figures out, because we'd like to know.
More than 400 people were taken to hospitals with gunshot wounds and other injuries. Police expect the death toll to rise. Danielle Nottingham, CBS News, Las Vegas, Nevada.
The Islamic State group claimed responsibility for the attack and said the gunman was a soldier who had converted to Islam months ago, but it provided no evidence. Right now at the White House, flags are at half-staff following the remarks by President Trump over the Las Vegas shooting.
Hundreds of our fellow citizens are now mourning the sudden loss of a loved one, a parent, a child, a brother or sister. We cannot fathom their pain. We cannot imagine their loss.
Now, the president thanked first responders for their efforts, saying they prevented further loss of life. Afterwards, the president delivered a message on Twitter, writing, quote, "My warmest condolences and sympathies to the victims and families of the terrible Las Vegas shooting. God bless you." President Trump plans to go to Las Vegas on Wednesday. Our team coverage continues this afternoon. WMBD's Melissa Rose is following the latest from our leaders in Washington, D.C. We'll hear from her in a moment, but we begin with WMBD's Alyssa Paldo, who's live inside Peoria International Airport as the first flight arrives from Las Vegas. Alyssa, what's the latest?
Yeah, Clay, we just heard a moment ago over the loudspeaker that Allegiant Air flight from Las Vegas just arrived here at Peoria International Airport. Those passengers will be making their way off the plane behind me here in just a moment. Some of them may have been in that area where this all occurred last night. Now, this plane was on time. There was another Allegiant flight this morning headed to Las Vegas that also was not impacted by the situation, and we will of course try to talk to some of these passengers as they make their way off the plane here and back to Central Illinois. We'll bring you the latest tonight on WMBD News. For now, live at PIA, Alyssa Paldo, WMBD News. Clay, back over to you.
All right, Alyssa, thank you for that live coverage from Peoria International Airport. Melissa Rose is following the reaction of Illinois lawmakers this afternoon. She joins us from our newsroom with more. Melissa?
Clay, local representatives along party lines commenting on the shooting. Representative Darren LaHood saying, quote, "I am deeply saddened by this senseless loss of life and will be praying for all of the victims and their families." Republican Sherry Bustos asking for unity, saying, quote, "While there is no single solution that will prevent all mass shootings, as Americans, we must come together and work to do what we can to prevent these kinds of tragedies." And Senator Tammy Duckworth thanking first responders. She says, quote, "Such senseless and horrifying acts of violence have no place in America or any other nation." Reaction pouring in from our local leaders. We will continue to follow more from Capitol Hill. Live in the newsroom, Melissa Rose, WMBD News. Clay.
Melissa, thanks, and we will continue to bring you coverage of what's being called the deadliest mass shooting in U.S. history. For updates throughout the day, visit our app, CI Proud to Go, or our website, ciproud.com. City of Bloomington considering a new management company for the city-owned Center for the Performing Arts. At a work session next Monday, VenueWorks will submit a proposal to take over management. VenueWorks has been managing the Grossinger Motors Arena since April 2016. The company says it could decrease costs for the BCPA by $200,000 a year. The city could vote on the change as early as October 23rd. East Peoria police are investigating the crash that sent a vehicle into a house earlier this morning. Happened just before 2 on Crestlawn. The impact caused the car to flip over. The driver left the scene. 2 people were sleeping inside the home. Neither of them were injured.
If you've ever been in a house that got hit by a car, you cannot believe. You can't describe the sign, the sound, and the feeling at 2 a.m. in the morning.
Now, police say they are following leads but haven't made any arrests. An early morning house fire is now being investigated as an arson. Peoria firefighters were called to the 700 block of East Ravine around 3:30 this morning. They arrived to 2 different doors on fire. All 7 people who lived there were able to escape, and the fires were quickly put out. Investigators say there was a strong odor of gasoline. Damage is estimated at $3,500.
I just wanted to find out where my daughter is. I'm not pointing fingers. I don't, I know it's a party. I know kids do, things at parties that we may not necessarily approve of. But right now, I just want to know where my daughter is. I want to know that she's okay. I need to know that she's safe, and I need some information.
A mother's plea to find her daughter. Search crews spent Sunday looking for 20-year-old Alexis Scott. Peoria police are also asking the public for help. They say she was last seen around 5 a.m. Saturday, September 23rd. The 100 block of West Richmond Avenue. She was wearing blue jeans, a white shirt, and a pink Victoria's Secret jacket. Her family says there has been no activity on her phone or social media. Anyone with information is asked to call the Peoria Police Department, 673-4521. This week, we could learn more on a controversy in the village of Hudson regarding a now former member of its police force. The village board is scheduled to meet tomorrow night, and that's when supporters of a petition say they will bring it to the board. The petition claims Kaylee Sprout was fired because of her pregnancy. The meeting is slated to begin at 7. This weekend wrapped up another successful concert season for tailgates and tall boys, which brings out some of Peoria's biggest country music fans. More than 30 bands played downtown at the riverfront from June through September. Organizers say the season has been a success, bringing out between 17,000 and 18,000 people this weekend.
We did announce, so we're doing this for the 3rd year coming into 2018. So we announced our dates for that next year already. And so we'll be definitely continuing to do this on the Peoria Riverfront because of how amazing this year has been for us.
And the 2018 season already has a headliner. Country band Old Dominion will be kicking off next year's festival on June 17th, 2018. Well, don't let this morning's cool, gloomy conditions fool you. We are about to heat up quickly. Full forecast is next.
You're watching WMBD News at noon in high definition with Clay Gordon, Lindsay Mills, and meteorologist Lauren Ransom with your local weather authority forecast. This is WMBD News at noon. Central Illinois proud.